Heat race number 7, getting ready to come to the racetrack. It'll be Randall Paxton out of Factoryville, Pennsylvania, the 22R, and Matt Monine out of Ottawa, Iowa, the 141. Chuck Sanders, Little Rock, Arkansas, in the 4X machine, and J.C. Wilson out of Milton, Florida, the 02. Jesse Interkin out of Milton, Florida, the 38M, and Jeremiah Hurst out of Dubuque in the 21M. Dan Radel in the 33X out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin in the 7th starting spot. And Pappy Leonard out of Raven Den in the 37 from Arkansas. Matt Shavers out of Pace, Florida, the BR549. And Mike Clayton out of Volusia, Florida, the 71. And Garrett Bennett, the 13 out of Davison, Michigan.
All right, Joseph Joyner, right here from Milton, Florida. I know you're looking forward to this week down here at the Clash on the Coast, and it hasn't gone the way you wanted so far, but to win by more than a straightaway in the heat race here the first night at Southern Raceway, you got to feel good about that.
Yeah, it definitely felt really good there. Felt like we really stuck. It's glad to be home here and glad to be racing in front of everybody here, right here at the house. And it's really a cool event they put together here. And so we're blessed to be able to be a part of it. And I thank everybody here on this race car for getting us here. Everybody at Andrews Autosport, Acres.com, Slim Chickens. Just glad to be able to be here and blessed to be able to be the wheelman, get to do it. So maybe we can put on a show here in the feature.
There you go, Joseph Joyner for the first time this week. Gets himself in the redraw for the main event.
There you go. Had some Slim Chickens with Kenny Wallace today. Oh, and look, it's time for some My Race Pass live look-in. And I've got signal here, and I can play along all night long. Green flag's coming out. Here it is, and we're up and going. Working on down the back straightaway. It is going to be that 22 machine. High, wide, and handsome, though, is the 141 of Matt Monine. Monine, your race leader now. We will see it. It will be the 141 of Matt Monine. Turn number 1 and 2. It'll be Matt Monine way to the top. The 22 machine coming on in there. That is Randall Paxton out of Factoryville, Pennsylvania. Working on in side by side for the race lead down the front straightaway. It's going to be the 22A machine to the race lead of Paxton. Paxton, oh, look out, Troubles down there in turn number 2, the 75 of Tilly, and the 4X machine of Chuck Sanders, your 2 cars around in turn number 2. So I do want to remind everybody that during the race action, we do want everybody back away from the fence. That is for your safety. So if you are standing down by the fence, we ask that you go have a seat in the grandstands. If you're down by the fence in a blue t-shirt and a white ball cap with a guy that's just a little shorter than you and a little guy, you need to back away from the fence. Raise your hand if you can hear me. Okay, there's 3 people. And apparently the 3 down by the fence weren't 3 of them. So as we get ready to go back to the green flag, 22R machine, Randall Paxton, Factoryville, Pennsylvania. Your race leader, Matt Monine, Ottawa, Iowa, working the number 2 spot. So as we get a look here at what happened over there in turn number 2. Ooh, that machine, and then caught the 4X machine of Chuck Sanders, so they will both drop to the tail. So good to see 532 of you tuned on in. Chime in, chat along if you're watching from home. We're going to give you at least Going to give you at least the 2-1. 2-1 for sure. We might give you 2-2. Might give you 2-3. We'll see what happens. Getting ready to go for the green flag. It is back on up. Oh, troubles. Hang on, the 38M car around. 38M of Jesse Interkin. Jesse Interkin going around on the racetrack. So you folks watching on the My Race Pass live looking, let me come up with a question here today to get you all to play along, because we need a lot more viewers to give you more free stuff. Now I think I got a little better question than that. What? Let's see. Post a picture of you and your pets watching. Yeah, what do you think about that, Nate? So post a picture of you and your pets. I mean, if you don't have a pet, just take a picture of you and your friend watching, or where you're watching from. But we want to, the thing that I dislike most about being on the road is being away from the dogs. Jack, Jill, and Joey, I get pictures, updates daily. Jackie says, hey, here's what the kids are doing. So, need some dog and cat and birds. Maybe you got a bird at home. Maybe you got a pet snake or something. Maybe, like Eric Stanton got a pet snake at your house. Oh, you can't do pictures? Oh, I thought you could, but you can't. I thought you could in the live chat. All right, I'll come up with a different question. I don't see anybody comment on anything. Oh, I'm going to go to the IMCA Racing, not the IMCA TV, Nate. Okay. Oh, there it is. All right. Oh, green flag's coming on out. We'll hurry him on down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be the 22A machine right back up front. That is going to be Randall Paxton out of Factoryville, Pennsylvania. Working on in. Here comes Jeremiah Hurst. Hurst down on the bottom, nothing to have. It's still going to be that 22R of Randall Paxton. Up there, your race leader, Matt Monine, back to the number 3 spot, Dan Radel out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Sitting back there in the number 4 spot as they work down the front straightaway. Oh, BR549 around. We'll see if he can keep her moving. Come on, come on. Yellow, Midwest Steel, Midwest Sheet Metal caution. Look out. Dan Radel tried to get checked up on the back straightaway. And he goes off the racetrack, but yellow is out, so he'll fall back into the number 4 spot as stays checked out in front of him. There, the BR549 gets going. They're getting close to 1,000, Nate tells me. So, let's get a look and see what happened here to the BR549. He's going to get on in there, and he's going to go for a ride on the Tilt-A-Whirl. Around he goes. So we did lose the 33X of Dan Radel out there. All the working. Let's see who we got tuned on in. David Boom says his dog Orion is camera shy, so no picture. So, got the BR 549 now coming to a stop over there off the racetrack, so we will have to hold things up. Now he's getting out of his car. Now he's going to walk away from his car. Go on over there with the drone, Mike. Top of 3. Let's see what's going on. Let's show everybody at home and me what the BR. Get in your car. Oh, apparently there goes the tow truck. But you still got to get in your car because you're going to have to steer it back. Told him in the driver's meeting, just stay in your car. We'll get you fixed up. So he'll get back in, and we'll hook him on up. What is that in the sky? I don't know what's going off of. Yeah, of course, we do have a military base here just south of us on the racetrack, and I don't know if they're shooting flares off. Hey, whoa, go back over to turn 2 with the camera. Go find that tree. Back to turn 2 with the camera. Actually, Mike the drone guy, fly over to turn 2. I'm going to talk about this tree. It's a cool little tree. Yep. You know where you're going. Come on down. Come down. No. Oop, back. Where's it at? Oh, right there. See those? Now, zoom down a little bit. So last night in practice, if you can see that part of the tree, can't remember his name. It'll come to me. But last night in practice, his throttle, his foot and throttle got hooked together. Couldn't get the throttle to come back up and launched into that tree out there. And he got some great, got a little recognition and some awards tonight at the drivers' meeting for keeping that machine going. Tried his best, but well toward the right front off with cheap junk. But he's still here hanging out with us as we go to the green flag. Back up underway. Hurrying him on down the back straightaway. It's going to be battle for the lead. It's going to see Randall Paxton out of Factoryville, your race leader, the Factoryville, Pennsylvania racer. Here comes Jeremiah Hurst out of Dubuque, Iowa, working the bottom of the racetrack. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to see Paxton right there, your race leader. Hurst working the bottom of him. Down the boulevard, they'll bring him, and it's still Randall Paxton, your race leader. Working on in. You see it, Paxton up there, your race leader, Hurst and Wilson, 1, 2, and 3. Hurst going to come to the bottom side, try to make something happen. Nothing to be done there, as it will be your race leader, the 22R of Randall Paxton. White flags out, 1 to go. Working on down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered's out. It's going to be Randall Paxton, and then we will see Jeremiah Hurst going to the number 2 spot. Out of Petoskey, Ohio, it'll be the 13 of Mitchell Paddock and Jacob Ingram out of Wyalusing, Pennsylvania, the 943. Going to row number 2 to the inside, going to be Lance Arneson out of Abrams, Wisconsin, in the 75A, and the 93 out of Geneseo, Illinois. It's going to be Matt Warner in the 93. We're going to see Chris Bahai out of Pensacola, the 56, and Richard Clue out of Milton, Florida, the F5. And Brent Hartwick out of Quitman, Arkansas, the 9 car. And the 5 will be Jeff Taylor out of Locust Grove, Arkansas. Row number 5 will be Austin Becerra out of Carthage, Illinois in the 22. Dan Mink out of Franklin, Minnesota in the 19M. And Jim Teese going to be your final starter. And just for Jacob Ekstrom, we're going to send it on down for some great information from our heat race winner.
All right, Randall Paxton getting the win in the heat race. First, we want to know what the green light is for on the roof there, and then tell us how your car felt in the heat race there.
The green light's for Bobby Maynard there. He said he can't see the car, so he wanted to put a light on so we could find it. And I said, hey, do what you want. And the car felt good. It's nice to finish a race that we start up front, so we'll see what happens.
There you go. We got the green light out front in the heat race. He's going to try to do it again in the feature coming up.
So there you have it. Heat race number 8 coming. Mitchell O'Paddock and Jacob Ingram up there on the front row. Green comes up, and here we go. Oh boy, they got right tight down the front straightaway. Thought they was going to chop some noses to the fence. It's going to be O'Paddock to the race lead. O'Paddock followed by Ingram. Ingram right back there, and now you see Matt Warner going way to the top of the racetrack. He'll hustle it up the hill. Ooh, Austin Becerra gets hustled back deep in the field as it is off a 2 and out of back straightaway. Mitchell O'Paddock, your race leader in the 13M. The 943 of Jacob Ingham. Ingham right there in the number 2 spot. He's got the 93 machine of Matt Warner working right there to the outside. Off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. They will hurry on in. Now the 9 of Brent Hartwig out of Quitman, Arkansas. Moving to the inside of Lance Arneson. Arneson's going to get hustled back 2 spots by the 9 and the 5T of Taylor. Field will work on in down the front straightaway. It's going to be the 13M machine of Mitchell O'Paddock. O'Paddock followed by the 943 machine of Jacob Ingham. Ingham out of Wyalusing, Pennsylvania. Working right there. Matt Warner trying to get to him. Then the 5T of Jeff Taylor, the 9 machine of Hartwig. That's your top 5 as they work on the racetrack. Working off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. It will be off of turn number 4. Oh, I love it. Battle for third. 5T of Taylor up on the outside. Down the bottom, it'll be Warner. Warner and Taylor, they come to the backside of Jacob Ingham. Ingham, you've got company. Matt Warner right there in the 93 car. The 5T machine of Jeff Taylor. Taylor going to send it high to the top side. Grab the cushion. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Here we go. Warner on the bottom, Ingham in the middle. Now it's going to be the animal, Jeff Taylor. Taylor right there with an 8-2 run here in heat race number 8. White flags out, 1 to go. O'Paddock, oh, hang on, Warner's around, top of turn 3. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So caution coming out. Matt Warner sends her on in there a little too tough. So great to have all of you following on in. Let's see what we got here. Over 1,000 right now. Brandon Sharapata watching. Hans Hofick up there in Siouxland. Good to see you all tuned on in here for a little live look in, courtesy of our friends at My Race Pass. Down the front straightaway, the green and the white are together. We're going to have a one-lap shootout down into turn number 1. It will be right there. Paddock, your leader, down the back straightaway. Jeff Taylor going to try to slide to the top. Has he got anything for him? Taylor's got to run outside. No, it's going to be Mitchell O'Paddock with the win. Jeff Taylor going second. Then we will see the 943 of Jacob Ingham in the number 3 spot. That wraps up heat race action for our modifieds. It is now going to be move on to IMCA stock cars. IMCA stock cars heat race number 1. We're at least going to give you the first one for free. It's going to be Dylan Knight out of Burleson, Tennessee in the 6 car. And Mr. Perfect so far got both feature wins on Monday and Tuesday. He's your points leader coming into tonight. From Anamosa, Iowa, that is Gage Neal. Dustin Viss out of Martell, Iowa, the 20V. And Abe Holes out of Carthage, Illinois, the 30C. Dustin Stewart out of Benton, Arkansas, the 33D. And Cole Sarninski out of Denmark, Wisconsin, the 21CZ. The old Red Shoes Rocket, Gary Williams out of Bonham, Texas, the 7G. And Andrea McCain from South Haven, Minnesota, the 25A.
All right, Mitchell O'Paddock getting the heat win. You were out there cruising along. I know the last thing you wanted to see was that caution, but were you a little nervous there restarting with it just one lap to go?
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I knew Jeff was coming and Austin were coming, but man, this is pretty cool. I've won Indy 500, Rolex, 24-hour a couple times, but this ranks right up there, especially with my dad. He just got into town, just had open heart surgery 3 weeks ago, so it's pretty cool.
There you go, Mitchell O'Paddock gets himself in the redraw for the main event coming up later tonight.
So there you have it, a very credited, not only IMCA modified racer, but has got some big races on his resume. As here we go off of turn number 4. Green flag is out, 8 laps of distance. Car heat races. It'll be Gage Neal up around the outside. Abe Holes, Carthage, Illinois, going to work the top in that 30C machine. Dustin Viss in the yellow 20V down on the bottom, but it is all silver and orange where he's been every time he's on the racetrack. The 12N of Gage Neal, your race leader. Coming off a 2 and out of back straightaway, it'll be that 12N of Gage Neal, followed by the 6 machine. Working on in there, that 6 of Dylan Knight. Knight right there, your leader, the 20V of Viss, then the 30C machine of Holes. Abe Holes going to look down on the bottom of the racetrack. They hurry off a 2 and out of back straightaway. It will be into 3 off of 4. Working them on in. Big shout out to my friends from the Northland, the old Real McCoy. Jim Cox tuned on in, watching some stock car action from Florida up in the Panhandle. As we work them on down into turn number 3 and 4, it's going to be Gage Neal, your race leader. The 6 of Dylan Knight. Remember the stock cars, we're taking the top 3 cars. Oh! Into the green top was the 21CZ of Cole Sarninski. Him and Viss getting together off of turn number 4. That's going to put Viss into the 3rd and final transfer spot. They'll work him down into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, Neal, followed by Knight, Viss, Holes, and the 21CZ of Sarninski. Working off of turn number 4. DJ and Dakota tuned on in, watching at home. As they hustle them on down the back straightaway, the Bobcat tuned in, watching Gage Neal be picture perfect up there now. Here comes 21CZ of Cole Sarninski. Sarninski going to come underneath the 30C of Holes, and that'll finish this one up. Whoa! Might have been a little after hours sparks on that one. I'm not 100% sure. But I can tell you your transfer cars. Winner apparently did not. There he is, Gage Neal on the infield. This will round out third. Whew. And Dylan Knight will go home second. Heat race number 2, going to see West Dallas, Wisconsin's 1S of Charlie Cincinnati, and Andy Morris out of Fort Gibbon, Oklahoma, the 127. Rowdy Van Genderen, Newton, Iowa, the 57 VG, and Pat Rachel's out of China Grove, North Carolina, the 34. Presley Harrington, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the 24H, and Elijah Ziebenbergen out of Ocheaton, Iowa, the 66E. Jake Coleman out of Pensacola, Florida, the 1C, and Brad Wasman out of Mikado, Michigan, the 50W.
New track for the Clash on the Coast for round 3. It's no problem for Gage Neal. Are you picking up right where you left off at Northwest Florida Speedway? Can you make it 3 for 3 tonight in that main event?
We're sure going to try. Me and my dad were wrenching on this thing yesterday. I think we're starting to get something figured out. Hopefully we can keep it rolling.
There you go. Gage Neal gets the heat win and gets himself in the redraw again tonight.
Here we go. Green flag is coming out down the front straightaway. Oh, ho, ho. Charlie Cincinnati and Pat Rachel's getting together down the front straightaway. They'll hustle it on back there. It's going to be the 127 of Andy Morris out of Fort Gibbons, Oklahoma. It will be off of turn number 4 and down the back front straightaway. It'll be Rachel's followed by Cincinnati down on the bottom side. Rowdy Van Genderen is right there with us. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. It'll be in the number 1 spot. The 127 of Andy Morris. Got one slow down the front straightaway. We'll see if he can get her to the infield and keep things moving. Following on down, Cincinnati there in the number 2 spot. 24. H of Presley Harrington moving on into the number 3 spot. Got one around to the bottom at turn number 1 and 2. We'll see what happens. Wasman will keep it going and will stay to the green flag. Still going to be that 127, your race leader of Andy Morris. Second right now, Charlie Cincinnati. That 24H machine of Presley Harrington. 1, 2, and 3 as they work on down into turn 1 and 2. Still the 127 out front. That is your race leader of Andy Morris, Fort Gibbons, Oklahoma. It will be laps winding down in this one. 127 still out front, Andy Morris. Now look at this, here comes a battle for second. 24 Presley Harrington. Harrington is now caught. Charlie Cincinnati. Pero Wisconsin racers running right there as the white flight comes out. It is Morris, your leader. Cincinnati and Harrington, 1, 2, and 3. Pat Rachel's is 4th. Ziegenbergen 5. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is coming out. It will be in the air for the 127 of Andy Morris. Second will go to the 1S of Cincinnati. And Harrington, your third and final transfer car. Heat race number 3 coming to the racetrack. It'll be Creed Slatter out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, the 247. And Wayne Landier out of Buffalo Center, Iowa, in the 2L. Row number 3 will be Adam Goff out of Minot, North Dakota, the 30A, and Lee Kinsella out of Piasta, Iowa, the 21. John Oliver Jr. out of West Burlington, Iowa, the 05 Junior, and Hunter Rasden out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, in the 7R. Mike Vandermark out of Cedar Springs, Michigan, the 26, and Dan McIntoon, the 92, out of Hamburg, Minnesota.
All right, Andy Moore's finally getting unhooked and everything down here. Hey, good performance there in your heat race. You think tonight's the night you get it done in the feature coming up?
Well, it feels really good tonight. I think I have the car to do it. This track right here fits my driving style a little bit better than the last one we were at. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like if it isn't tonight, I don't know what night it'll be.
There you go. Andy Moore's hoping it's his night tonight to win the Clash on the Coast at Southern Raceway.
So here you go. I'm going to give you one more. And here's what I need you to do. If you're getting heat race number 3 live, you can thank Jacob Beckstrom. So everybody in the chat, say thank you, Jacob Beckstrom, because of his amazing comments. We're going to heat race number 3. One more live look in on my race pass. Thank you, Jacob. Glad you could make sure that everybody got heat race number 3. Down the back straightaway, caution lights have gone off. It will be Creed Slater and Wayne Landier out of Buffalo Center, Iowa, up there on row number 1 on 8-pack for 8 laps. Off of turn number 4. Green's up, and here we go. When you do it, make sure and tag him. Find him at the @ sign. Down the back straightaway we'll go. It'll be Wayne Landier, your race leader. Old Gino DeBoom tuned on in for this last little look in. Here we go. It is going to be Wayne Landier, 3 wide, old John Oliver and Dan McIntoon. Or excuse me, the 930A of Adam Goff around up on the front straightaway. Caution is out as they got all kinds of crossed up coming off of turn number 4. John Oliver and the 30A of Adam Goff. So as they work around under the caution flag, so as they work on down, it is going to be Wayne Landier, the douche, your race leader. 247 machine of Creed Slater. So we'll get a look and see what happened here on this little live look-in from my race pass. So they came off at turn number 4. John Oliver, they made a little contact, little right side romance there, and holy cow! Little monster truck action, and looks like Mama Oliver is going to have to do a little body and vinyl work on the JOJ machine when it gets back. Adam Goff, they'll get some pieces back on that car, get it hooked back up. I wish I could, Sambo. Can't give everybody things for free. We did her because of Jacob. So here we go. Looking off at turn number 4. Green flag comes out. It's up. We're underway. Holy Kinsella, the 21 car. Gonna roll it on in there to the number 2 spot. John Oliver Jr. downstairs in the 05 junior car. Dan McIntoon, the 92. Out of Hamburg, Minnesota, working her up there on the top. They'll come off at turn number 4. It's going to be the 2 machine, your race leader. That is, of course, Wayne Landier out of Buffalo Center, Iowa. Battle for second, John Oliver Jr. to the top. Remember, just because you're in the top 3 doesn't mean you've got to not keep racing your way towards the front. Winner draws 1 through 6. Second draws 7 through 12. The 21 of Kinsella around in the bottom of turn number 1 and 2 as we will hustle them on down to the caution flag. Midwest Sheet Metal caution back on the racetrack. Tegan Domeyer up there in Minnesota watching. Oh, look at that. Todd Jordan tuned on in. Sean Fisher. Ryan Clark tuned on in and watching. Tracy, you had some friends? Yeah, everybody says hi, Ryan Clark. I did. There was in the comments. There was somebody asked where Cadillac and Tracy were, and I knew they were. Tracy's to my right over here with Brian in the tower, and Cadillac's up there. He's a man of the people. He's up there with all the people in the staging area. Yes, producer Nate misses Ryan Clark. Man, I thought that Jacob would tell everybody you're welcome on the chat here in the IMCA Racing deal. Justin Tharp tuned on in to watch the green flag come back out on the racetrack as John Oliver Jr. gonna roll to the top. He's gonna make the pass for the lead off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Oh, the 247 gets a tire. One of the white ones on the infield, and he'll go rolling around in the bottom of turn number 2. Get her going, get her going, get her going. Yellow is out for the 247 in the bottom of turn number 2. Yes, Paul Allen, of course, I will answer that question for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, producer Nate, but aren't we going to Hays, Kansas? Oh, I'll get you this after the replay. So we're going to see where the 247 is going to get in there, and he is going to see a tractor tire right here, and then around he goes. So yes, we will be at the RPM Speedway for the Sunflower Classic to answer Paul Allen's question. Aaron, good to see you tuned on in as this is our last look in for the night. We'll work them on in. Like we said, we'll be back here tomorrow night, 6:30 weather permitting. If we do get rained out tomorrow night, we'll be back here at 6:30 on Saturday as they work on into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be John Oliver Jr. right there, your race leader. Oliver followed by Dan McIntoon. McIntoon is an 8-2 run. Hunter Rasden and the 2 of Wayne Landier get together. Now Landier across the snoot of Adam Goff. Goff is all chewed up on the front end. Got her all bloused and gouged up on the front. As they'll come on down this time. 2 to go. John Oliver Jr. Adam Goff has got the aero package all messed up in the front of that thing. Looking through the, I think through the holes of the front of the nose piece. As they work off of turn number 4 this time, white flag will come on out. 1 to go for the 05 junior of John Oliver Jr. So, Diane, you are correct, but yellow fever is over and checkers are waving. It is John Oliver Jr. followed by Dan McIntoon and the 26 machine of Mike Vandermark. So Vandermark a 7-3 run, McIntoon an 8-2, and John Oliver Jr. going to go down and meet Joshua Joyner for a little infield interview. But before we do that, got a replay of something is what... read out. Okay, hang on a minute. So, well, we're going to give you the rate. We'll at least give him the interview. So let me get the lineup through for heat race number 4. Hayden Hartway got a Tumbling Shoals, Arkansas, the 06. Kenny Wallace, St. Louis, Missouri, the 7. Ty Papke, Davison, Michigan, the 58. And Sean Bruns out of Danube, Minnesota, the 71D. Joe Richborg out of Cantonment, Florida, the 15. And Luke Ramsey out of Bedford, Iowa, the 17. The 11 is Derek Brown out of Stoutland, Missouri. And Tony Anglin out of Walnut Ridge, Arkansas, the F4D.
All right, John Oliver Jr. going 5th to 1st. Had to make some moves there in your heat race to get the win. You feel pretty good after that performance?
Not really. I got in the back of a couple guys, or side of one guy. He came down, I went up. Nowhere to go. Another guy, I don't know how it happened, but we just got together.
All right, well, John Oliver Jr. gets the win in the heat race. They'll hope for a little bit cleaner run in the feature tonight. He'll be starting near the front in the redraw after his heat race win.
So there you have it, John Oliver Jr. down there in Victory Lane, and we do thank and appreciate each and every one of you on a little My Race Pass Live look-in. Thanks for playing along with all the great comments, all the great things, and it's been our pleasure. So we'll see you back here tomorrow night for a little free look-in, but you still got time to go get the rest of the night bought on IMCA TV. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you to our friends from My Race Pass. All right, here we go. Looking for the green flag. It will be down into turn number 3 and 4.